Hey people, Matt from artoftheimage.com. We got the new Canon 5DS, the new Canon 5DS-R out, and going over things. Last video we were talking about the three biggest notable improvements or advancements of the 5D, and today I want to talk to you about the five big fails of the Canon 5DS or the Canon 5DSR. The five things that essentially Canon got wrong and aren't on the camera, which should have been on the camera. First and foremost, one of the big ones for me is the fixed LCD. Shouldn't have been a fixed LCD. Should have been a movable LCD, vari-angle, similar to what's on the Panasonic GH4. You should be able to flip it out to the side, move it through all the full swing of degrees so that you could see it from above, from below, so that you could see it if you're shooting yourself looking at it. This type of thing is very important in a video camera, and there's no doubt that the 5D series has been used a lot for video. So I think that's a big fail, especially considering that with a camera like this, you're going to want to put all of the best new improvements into it. You're going to want to make it sing as far as beating the competition. So it should have had a movable LCD, and that LCD also should have been touchscreen. It should have been a touchscreen LCD with options like what Panasonic offers, where you have a tap to focus, tap to shoot. Olympus has this as well, and it's a fantastic little advantage that once you get, and once you have it, you don't want to be without that again. Next up, number two, is the lack of 4K video. I don't know what they were thinking. I believe it's 1080 at 30p is the top video setting on the 5DS. Should have been 4K. Why aren't manufacturers coming out? I mean, the Nikon D750 should have been 4K. The Canon 5DS should have been 4K. People, again, are using these cameras for video, and if you want to compete in this market for video, Panasonic's the one to take out, people. So if you want your flagship camera, or one of your, right now it's the flagship for megapixels, and also the camera that people probably arguably use most in the Canon line for video, why isn't it shooting 5K or 4K? 5K would be nice. 4K, and 4K natively in the sense that it should be able to record straight to an SD card instead of having to go out through uncompressed HDMI, which swings me into point number three. There is no uncompressed HDMI output on the 5DS. At least that's the specs I'm seeing. Big mistake. Again, a camera people are going to use for video, and you've got no uncompressed HDMI output. What are you thinking, Canon? Big mistake. Again with inputs. Number four, no headphone jack. I hope this is a typo and that the camera actually comes out with a headphone jack, because I just can't believe Canon left this out of, again, a camera that's being used a lot for video. Where is the headphone jack? Why did you not include a headphone jack? This is a basic thing that anybody doing video wants in a camera, and Canon went and left it out. Last but not least, one of my other pet peeves, one of the other fails, my fifth fail for the Canon 5DS and the 5DSR is the combination of a CF and an SD card slot. Why are camera manufacturers still doing that? Nikon's done this with some models, and I don't like it either there. We should be on twin SD slots for all cameras now. CF cards are, dinosaurs as far as technology is concerned, and we should have two SD slots. SDs are faster, cheaper, smaller, and you should have these in the camera, a twin pair of SD slots, and not this mix of CF and SD cards, so you've got to have some SD cards and some CF cards. It's ridiculous. Sure, there's some old folks that are still hanging on to their CF cards. They don't want to see the SD, but SD is where it's at. SD is where it's continuing to be going. I mean, we're into micro SD now, and I'm not suggesting we should put those into cameras. They are a little small, but the 5DS and the 5DSR should have had two SD slots. Those are my big five fails for the Canon 5DS. Some pretty disappointing stuff when Canon's, the 5D is one of its most popular cameras, one of its big selling points, one of its main cameras in its lineup. And here's 5 serious things that should have been addressed, should have been on the camera when it came out. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me on these 5? Do you disagree? Is there something I've left out that should have been on these cameras that I have neglected to mention? Let me know in the comments below. Let's have a discussion on where you think the 5DS and the 5DSR fell down. And thanks for tuning in, folks. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon with some new videos, some new articles. We'll keep you up to date with what's going on in the world of photography, videography, and technology right here at artoftheimage.com. Thanks a lot, folks.